coterminal angles. So coterminal, so this terminal part means they're going to terminate or end in the same place. So if I have an angle in standard position, which it will always start here, let's say I have something, well, let's just look at one of our angles here. Let's look at our 90 degrees. So I know 90 degrees ends here, but if I don't draw the arc, it could mean a lot of things. Like this means 90 degrees if I went from here to here. But what if I went around a full circle and then stopped there? Or if I went backwards and stopped there? This right here could represent a lot of different angles unless we put the arc on there. But that's what we're looking for, really. We're looking for like all types of angles that end in the same place. So in this instance, how many angles end up right here? And so the thing is, all you have to do is like go around another full circle or go backwards a full circle to figure out what your coterminal angles are. So really what we need to do is you need to either add 360 degrees, or minus 360 degrees. And you can do that as many times as you want, because I could go around a full circle or 2 circles or 3 circles, and I will end up in the same place. So again, add and subtract 360 as many times as you want. But we just need to find one positive and one negative. So if I just take 90 degrees, I'm going to add 360 and see where that ends up. So that's obviously going to be positive plus 360. So that will give me 450. So this is a positive answer, and I will end up in the same place as 90 degrees because I went 90 and then went a full circle around and to end in the same place. Okay, now I'm going to go backwards. Or you can end with like 450 and then start minusing 360 to get our negative. So if I minus 360, that gets me back to 90. So then I'm just going to minus 360 again, and that gets me to negative 270. So there's a negative answer. So then I'm good to go. I have my positive, I have my negative, and that's it. That's the end. You just add 360 and minus 360 as many times as you want to get a positive and a negative. Same idea here. These are still asking for coterminal angles, but this time we're looking in radians. And honestly, you don't even have to draw a picture. It doesn't matter where it is. Just the idea of, I have to find another angle that ends in the same place as this does. And wherever it ends, as long as I either go forward an entire circle or backwards an entire circle, then we're good to go. But we have to think about this not in degrees anymore, because now we're in radians. So a full circle in radians is 2 pi radians. So I can either add 2 pi or minus 2 pi, and that will get me where I need to go. So honestly, if we just do, okay, so 19.6 plus 2 pi. So I'm just going to take these numbers and plug them into my calculator. So don't worry about the pi, just worry about the numbers. So I'm going to do 19.6 plus 2, and then change that number into a fraction. That gets me 31/6. But don't forget the pi. So there we go. You just add 2 pi, change it to a fraction, and then you're good to go. Or if you want to think of this as like 2 pi is the same as 12/6. So we have a common denominator, and then I can add and subtract that as many times as we want. Okay, so we have our positive answer. Now we need to start minusing 2 pi. So minus 2, that got me back to 19.6. Minus 2 gave me 7/6, but that's still positive. So you could use that for your positive answer. Minus 2, okay, here we go. That gave me negative 5/6 of pi. So there we go, positive and a negative. So either add and subtract 360 or add and subtract 2 pi. And then this last one is just asking, are these angles coterminal? So then you just have to take this, like 16 pi over 9. And if I add and subtract 2 pi, I guess in this case, if I subtract 2 pi once or twice or 3 times, however many times, will I get negative 2/9? So let's actually try that, 16/9. And again, when you're plugging this in your calculator, don't worry about the pi. Okay, so just do 16/9 minus 2. And then see if that gets you, that got me negative 2/9. So when I minused 2 pi, it got me this number. So this time my answer is yes, when I add and subtract. So looking at degrees again, if I start at 265, how do I figure out if this is a coterminal angle? Either you're going to add 360 or minus 360. So in this case, since I'm going negative, let's see if minusing 360 gets me anywhere. So 265 minus 360, that gives me negative 95. If I minus 360 again, I think it's going to be too big. So this one is a no, because once I start minusing 360, I never end up right here. So coterminal angles, add and subtract a full